Hello my dear students. Today we have to discuss about the second type of multivibrator, that is monostable multivibrator. What is monostable multivibrator? In a monostable multivibrator, one of the state is absolutely permanent, that is stable state, and the other one is temporary, that is quasi state. When an external pulse is applied to the monostable at appropriate point, the monostable changes its state from stable state to quasi-stable state. It stays in the quasi-stable state for a predetermined length of a certain interval, which remains there until another pulse is applied. Thus, a monostable multivibrator cannot generate square wave of its own like an astable multivibrator. Only the external pulse will cause it to generate the square waves. In other words, a multivibrator in which one transistor is always conducting, that is on state, and the other is non-conducting, that is off state, which is known as monostable multivibrator. It is also called single shot or a single swing or a one shot multivibrator. Other names are delay multivibrator and univibrator. This is a monostable multivibrator, and now you have to see the circuit diagram here, the monostable multivibrator circuit diagram, which is the collector coupler diagram. In figure, the monostable multivibrator which is using, there is a 2 NPN transistor, that is Q1 and Q2, with equal collector loads, that is RL1 and RL2, the values of minus VBB and R3, such as reverse bias Q1 and keep it cutoff region. These two, minus VBB and R3, which is connected to the Q1 and which reverses the bias with the Q1 transistor. And here VCC and R2. VCC and R2 forward bias Q2 and keep it at saturation region. A trigger pulse is given through C2. This one is trigger pulse is given through the C2, which generate the square wave. This is the construction of circuit diagram. And next you have to see the what is working or the operation of monostable multivibrator. When the circuit is on, VCC supply is given to the circuit, the transistor Q1 is off state and Q2 is on state. The capacitor C1 gets charged during this state. When a positive trigger pulse is applied to the Q1 transistor, it turns on. And Q2 becomes off state because of negative voltage from the collector of the capacitor C1. Capacitor C1 starts discharging. During this state, the transistor Q1 remains on state and the Q2 remains off state, because the positive voltage from the collector of the transistor Q2. Transistor Q2 remains in off state until the capacitor is discharges completely. When the capacitor C1 discharged completely, the transistor Q2 turns on state and the Q1 turns off state. See, when the trigger pulse is applied here, what happens? If the positive trigger pulse is of sufficient amplitude, it will override the reverse bias of a emitter and base junction here. of Q1. It gives forward bias, hence Q1 will start conducting. As Q1 conducts, its collector voltage falls. Its collector voltage falls here due to the voltage drop across RL. It means that potential of the point A here, the potential of the point A falls negative going signal. This negative going signal voltage is fed to the base of the Q2, where it decreases its forward bias. As collector current of Q2 starts decreasing, potential of the B point increases because of positive going signal due to the lesser drop of the RL2. Soon Q2 comes in a conducting state. The positive going signal at B is fed into the transistor base of the transistor Q1 via R1, where it increases its forward bias further and Q1 starts conducting. The positive going signal of a B is given to the Q1 transistor and Q1 gets conducting more potential of a point A, which approaches 0 voltage. This action is cumulative and ends with the Q1 conducting at a saturation state, which is saturation states, and conducting, and the Q2 becomes cutoff region and not conducting. And next see how it returns to the initial stable state. As a point A is almost 0 voltage here, which starts to discharge through a saturated Q1 to the ground. As C1 is discharges, the negative potential at the base of the Q2 is pulled out of the cutoff region. As Q2 conducts further, a negative going signal from the B point via R1, which drives to the Q1 into cutoff region. Hence, the circuit reverts to its original state with Q2 conducting at saturation, and Q1 becomes cutoff region. It remains in the state till another trigger pulse is applied to the circuit, and this entire cycle repeats itself. This is how to generate a square wave in a stable state and a quasi state. And you have to see here there is a working and operation of the monostable multivibrator here. Next, the width of the duration of the pulse is obtained at the collector or output of the either transistor Q1 or Q2 of the monostable multivibrator is given by the expression that is T is equal to 0.69 R2 into C1. And next, what are the applications of monostable multivibrator? The monostable multivibrator is used as a delay and timing circuits, and it is also used for the temporary memories. It is often used to trigger another pulse generator. It is used for regenerating old and worn out pulses. This is the monostable multivibrator working and the construction of the circuit. And the next type I will explain with the next video. Thank you, students.